Hi, I'm Mohan Atreya. I'm the Chief Product Officer of Rafay Systems. Rafay Systems is focused on democratizing access to compute and AI infrastructure to developers and users in an enterprise and neoclouds. So one of the biggest hurdles that any enterprise has is you invest millions of dollars in the best, the highest quality AI infrastructure. And usually you buy this from a vendor like Cisco. And then you set this up, and the next problem that you have to deal with is how do you slice this into logical chunks that you can give it to a developer via self-service. With Rafay on top of Cisco's infrastructure, we are able to provide users with a self-service experience where they literally click a button and get access to a slice of the GPU. You just set up this expensive infrastructure powered by AI infrastructure like switches, routers, firewalls, and you need to cut a slice of that and give it to tenant 1 and a different slice to tenant 2. And how do you do that securely? Because you want tenant 1 and tenant 2 not to be able to see each other, not to be able to interfere with each other. So it's really important here to have the technologies in place at the network level to make sure that they're completely isolated. We integrate deeply with Splunk to make sure that usage data of all the instances that users have launched is transmitted down to Splunk, which then performs all the analytics needed to either generate a bill or identify resources that are considered zombie resources, which would amount to wastage, and eliminate them from the system. Agentic apps are very different. In this kind of an autonomous system, security becomes very critical because you don't want the agent to go rogue. Policy becomes perhaps one of the most important aspects here. It's really important to have a policy enforcement layer that is invisible, transparent, but functional. This is where organizations should look at integrating with AI defense, Cisco's AI defense, to make sure that this enforcement layer works and is invisibly implemented and enforced. So when you talk about containerized apps, one of the key worries that every enterprise has is containers are ephemeral. When you have hundreds of containers in a Kubernetes cluster, you kind of are completely blind to what's happening. Unless, of course, you have technology such as Cisco's Isovalent, which is Cilium underneath the covers, which is powered by eBPF, which actually, because it inserts itself into the data path, it actually knows what's going on. Perhaps the most important aspect there is invisible policy enforcement. This is where eBPF-based technologies such as Cilium really shine, giving you the best of both worlds, blazing performance without compromising security. So before the AI factory from Cisco existed, life was too hard for customers. So for enterprises that were embarking on this race towards adopting AI, life was very hard. They had to pull together various technologies, assemble them, spend a lot of money putting this together, and maybe not get the results they were looking for. Rafay's world-class orchestration platform, together with Cisco's world-class AI infrastructure and a broad ecosystem of security technologies, which when put together, they deliver an experience which is as close as it gets to literally press button and get going.